Today's lesson is on cars and home ownership. We just finished up talking about annuities on our previous lesson. And annuities have a different formula and a different method of finding the annuities, because when you're paying monthly on an annuity, you're putting your money into your account and you get more interest on that account, and then you're getting more interest on your interest, and your interest is working for you. On the other hand, paying off a car loan or paying off a home loan is kind of the opposite. Even though you're paying every month, which seems like the same as an annuity, but because you owe money, your interest is actually working against you. Each month when you make a payment, you're paying part of the interest and you're paying part of the principal. And then at the next month, you get more interest, so you have to pay more interest and more principal. So this is a different formula because your interest is working against you. Let's go through some definitions. The installment loan is a loan that you pay off with weekly or monthly payments or payments of some other time period. A fixed installment loan is a loan that is paid off with a series of equal periodic payments. Car loans are an example of a fixed installment loans because they have the same amount, and that's due each month for the length of the entire loan. No matter how much left, you still pay the same amount each month. So the payment formula for fixed installment loans, which is the ones we'll be talking about today, is different than our annuity because your interest is working against you. PMT stands for the equal payments. P stands for the present value of the loan. So if you end up taking out $20,000 for your car, then that's the P. The other ones are the same. N is the number of payments per year. T is the time in years. And R is the annual interest rate. The interest for fixed loans, installment loans, is a little bit different. It's kind of similar to the other one. For annuities, we took the amount of the annuity minus what we paid to get the interest. This time, because what we're going to pay ends up to be more than the value of the loan, because the interest is working against us, that goes first. So before it was last. So the total payments minus the amount of the loan. Now the total payments are the payments per month times the number of months times the number of years. That's how much you're going to end up paying. And then we subtract off what you really owed on it, and then that's going to get the interest. And if you add those two values together, you'll get how much you actually had to pay over the course of your loan. So let's see. For our first example, we suppose that we borrow $15,000 for a new car. You select one of the following loans, each requiring regular monthly payments. So you have one choice, which is installment A, meaning you're going to have 4-year loan at 8%. Now, because it's 4 years instead of the second choice, which was 6 years, because time is lower, then you're going to have pay more. But because the percent interest is smaller, maybe you'll have to pay less. Our second choice is the installment B, which is the 6-year loan at 10%. Now, because it's 6 years, you get to pay less because you have longer time to pay it off. But because you have a higher interest rate, you might be paying more. So it's really hard to tell which one is going to be a better choice. So for our part A, we have find the monthly payments and the total interest for A. So we're just talking about the loan A at this moment. So we're going to go ahead and work all those values out. I need PMT, P, R, N, and T. I don't know what the monthly payment is, so I'm going to put a question mark there. I'm borrowing $15,000. My rate is going to be 0.08 for loan A. My N is 12 because it says monthly payments, and time is 4 years. So I'm going to use the payment formula that I saw above here, and that's going to get me PMT equals P, which is 15,000, parentheses R, which is 0.08, divided by N, which is 12, all divided by bracket 1 minus parentheses 1 plus 0.08 over 12, raised to the negative 12 times 4, then close your bracket. As in all of our other examples, we have to have an extra set of parentheses around the numerator and denominator if there isn't already one there. So there isn't an extra parentheses around the entire numerator, so I'm going to put one there. The denominator already has brackets on the left and the right, so that one's good. And then in any exponents, if there's multiple things to be done, I have to put parentheses around that as well. So I'm going to go ahead and type this in. I have parentheses 15,000 times parentheses 0.08 divided by 12, close my parentheses twice. Divided by, open up a bracket for the bottom, that's the same thing as parentheses. 1 minus parentheses 1 plus 0.08 divided by 12, close that parentheses. Caret raised to the parentheses negative 12 times 4. And then another set of parentheses after that. When I hit enter, my payment turns out to be $366.19. Although the 193, the 3 usually makes the 9 stay, but in payments, unfortunately, they almost always round up. So my payment is going to be $366.20. Now I have to find the interest. So the interest is going to be the total payments, which is going to be PMT times the number of years times time minus the original amount of the loan. So we have 366.20 times 12 months times 4 years, and I'm going to subtract off the 15,000 that I already owed. So 366.20 times 12 times 4 minus 1,500. No parentheses, extra parentheses needed here. And this gives me the interest, $2,577.60. Okay, let's see what the other example is going to be. So I'm still looking for the monthly payment and then the total interest for B this time. So I'm looking at just the B numbers. PMT, I still don't know what it is. My P, that's still 15,000. It's still the same car. The rate is different. For this rate, it's 10%. The N is still monthly payments, and the time is going to be actually 6 years. So I'm going to use my same payment formula with my new numbers, this time 10%. And then my negative NT, which is 6 this time, close that bracket on the bottom. Okay, don't forget that you need an extra set of parentheses around the numerator and an extra set of parentheses around the exponent. And so let's figure out what that payment is for loan B. I'm going to type in parentheses 15,000 parentheses 10% divided by 12, close the parentheses twice. Divided by, open the parentheses up for the denominator, 1 minus, open another parentheses, 1 plus 0.10 divided by 12, raised to the, that's the caret button, parentheses, negative 12 times 6. Now I missed value there. I'm going to go back and get my 12 in there, times 6 parentheses, and then another set of parentheses. So this payment turns out to be $277.89. The 7 makes that 8 go up, plus payments always go up. Never give you the benefit there. So now we're going to find the interest, which is the payment times the number of payments you do times the years minus P. So we have 277.89 times 12 times a year times 6 minus the original 15,000 that I owed anyway. So I'm going to do 277.89 times 12 times 6 minus the 15,000. And the interest here is $5,008.08. Okay, so now I want you to compare these two loans. So for my 4-year loan, we have a monthly payment of $366.20, and our total interest at the end of our loan, we will have paid $2,577.60. For the 6-year loan, we have a monthly payment of $277.89, which is cheaper than the other monthly payment, but unfortunately at the end of our loan, we will have paid almost double the amount of interest. So it's a trade-off. Both of these loans are fair. It just kind of depends on what you want. Notice with a 4-year loan, we have a higher monthly payment. Even though the percent is lower, it's still a higher monthly payment. But because it's a shorter loan at a lower interest rate, we pay a lot less interest. So if it was possible, the best choice for you to pick, if you had to choose one of these two, it would be the 4-year loan. That was going to get you the least amount of interest, and that means you're going to pay less for your car. Because if you take this and add $15,000 to it, you're paying your $15,000 plus you're paying $2,577 on top of that for loan A. For loan B, you're paying your $15,000 plus $5,000 extra dollars. So if it was up to me, I would try to choose the loan A because you're going to have less interest. But if you can't hack the payment every month of $366, you're like, that's too expensive. I can't afford that every single month. Then we have the option of B, where we can have 6-year loan, which decreases your monthly payment, so it makes it more possible for you to buy a car. But unfortunately, in the end, you'll have a whole lot more to pay in interest.